The great clock pulsed with the rhythmic thrum of a dying god's heart. Kaelen stood atop the primary pendulum, a statue of flesh and spite. He had not moved a muscle in 4 hours. His lungs took shallow, imperceptible sips of air. His heart rate was a controlled flatline. The kinetic debt thrummed in his marrow, a pressurized ocean of potential force waiting for the valve to turn. Below, the scavenger named Aris prowled through the pitch. Aris didn't need eyes. He clicked his tongue, the sound waves painting the room in sonar. Click. The gears click, the floorboards click. The empty space where Kaelen should be. To Aris, Kaelen was a ghost, a dead zone of absolute silence. But the math was changing. As Aris stepped onto the central brass catwalk, Kaelen's internal calculus reached its zenith. Aris was exactly 4.2 meters below, positioned at the precise fulcrum of the main drive shaft. "I know you're here, mathematician," Aris hissed, his voice bouncing off the cold stone. "The air doesn't move around you. It's too perfect. You're a hole in the world." Kaelen didn't feel fear. He felt the irritation of a messy decimal point. He triggered the release. 4 hours of absolute stasis exploded in a microsecond. Kaelen didn't strike Aris directly. He struck the air. The released kinetic energy hit the atmosphere like a physical hammer, creating a vacuum-sealed concussive wave. The resulting thunderclap shattered every glass lens in the tower and, more importantly, Aris's eardrums. Deafened and disoriented, Aris's world went blacker than the room. He flailed. His echolocation rendered a jagged mess of white noise. Kaelen, now moving with fluid, borrowed speed, didn't waste a second blow. He stepped off the pendulum, his momentum calibrated to land him silently behind the scavenger. With a surgical flick of a finger powered by the last dregs of his debt, he tapped a release lever on the great clock's primary weight. 10 tons of lead counterweight dropped. The mechanism caught Aris's cloak, dragging the man into the churning teeth of the bronze gears. There was no scream, only the wet asterisk crunch of bone meeting unyielding metal. Kaelen adjusted his cuffs, his expression as vacant as the dark. "Variable eliminated," he whispered. He settled against a cold pillar and stopped moving, already harvesting the silence for the next equation.